So I had an absolute existential crisis last week when my Monarch, one of the strings snapped over the, forgot the fancy term for the LP style bridge. Anyways, so today I have my first ever guitar, which is a Epiphone Les Paul Special. I threw in some locking tuners. I've got to sand and repaint that. It's got tons of stickers. Threw some new strings on. I set it up. So let's talk about it. So when I actually started playing guitar 3 years ago, this week, and I was so afraid of changing strings, setting up guitar, and you know what I was doing. I still am learning. You know, I feel like we all should be continuing to learn things. So I was grabbing a pick. But one of the things that aggravated me most is I had issues with the top three strings getting just to kind of stay on the post as I was winding it. So I finally got some inexpensive locking tuners, had to make some modifications. I did that a couple months ago. And then I also got this cool thing. One end goes on top of the string, the other end goes under the string like so, and you can stretch your strings. So it allowed me to stretch the strings, use the locking tuners, and then I would pay for setups because, like, you know, I like low action, as do a lot of people that play aggressive music. So you can see, even at the first fret, we're good there, right? So I don't have a fancy setup. I typically change my guitar strings either on the couch or I lay them on the bed with some pillows. I don't have a lot of flat spaces or a lot of counter space in my house. Just is what it is, right? So, but when I change the strings, make sure the truss rod cover is undone. And of course you take your truss rod tool. And what I learned last week, you can take one finger, put it on the 22nd or 24th fret, however, put it on the first fret, and then you can look at the 12th fret, and that'll kind of tell you which way you need to adjust. And your guitar's going to give you physical feedback which way you're turning it. I believe some models are different, so do your research, look on the internet. Anyways, so if my old butt can learn how to do it after 3 years, so can you guys. I have faith in you. But then again, find a way that works for you. It may be buying some locking tuners, maybe buying a fancy nut winder for your drill, which is what I put the strings on that guitar with. I use a nut winder on a drill because I don't have locking tuners on it yet. But yeah, it just, like I said, got excited. I learned something new. I was able to set this up like I like it. So without further ado, I'm going to plug it in and we're going to give that riff from earlier this week / last week another go. I guess this is technically take 15. Super low action. It's so nice. Really enjoy that. an amazing week, safe weekend, and don't let anybody tell you how to play guitar, what you should and shouldn't play. So, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this a little bit more, and see you guys next week.